Hola, my friends, y bienvenidos, mi amigos latinos. Welcome to another episode of Blockchain Strategies and Mining. I am your host, Crypto Alex USA, and we'll talk about all blockchains in general, but especially those that have potential, growth, and you can mine at home with your gaming GPU. First, let's get this out of the way. I am not a financial advisor, and anything I say here is only my opinion and for educational and informational purposes only. Now that we got that out of the way, I would appreciate the support if you would slap that like button and help me grow my YouTube channel to help our community. So I've got a couple of requests on people asking what I'm mining. I mean, if you look at my mining farm, which is over 350 GPUs, I'm not mining anything. Right now, nothing is profitable, and unless you have some of the more efficient miners, it doesn't make sense. For that, the electric that I have to pay, which is easily over $3,500, almost $3,700 a month, I would just rather use that money to buy ETC. Having said that, for those that are mining that has different electric rates, they ask me, listen, I'm very close to being break even. What can I do? And I said, you know what? Have you think about mining Ethereum Classic and Zilliqa? Many have said, you know what? I don't want to do dual mining because it uses too much power. And I said, wait a minute. That's not really dual mining. The way Zilliqa works is very different. So in other words, what you do is you mine Ethereum Classic, you load the DAG, which is under 4 gigabytes right now, into memory. Especially, those that have 8 gigabytes, this is very easy. Even those with 4 gigabytes, you can still do this for a while because the Zilliqa DAG is so small that you actually load that in memory as well. Let me explain. So what you do is you get the software to load the DAG file of Ethereum Classic and also load the DAG file of Zilliqa. A 4 gigabyte can still do it today. I'm not sure how much longer because I don't know how big the DAG file is on Zilliqa, but anything 6 and 8 gigabyte will be good for years to come. So Zilliqa works different. You're not really dual mining. So in other words, you're not mining Ethereum Classic and Zilliqa at the same time. What happens is Zilliqa works different. It's actually a proof of stake project that every hour, roughly, maybe hour and 20 minutes, I've seen, it goes through a new process in which it goes to proof of work for 2 to 3 minutes. Those that are on the network for those 2 or 3 minutes and do the shares get part of the rewards. So in other words, so you mine Ethereum Classic, back in the day it was Ethereum, and you also mine Zilliqa, not at the same time. What it does, it unloads the DAG file for Ethereum Classic whenever it's ready to mine Zilliqa. It loads, actually, it's already loaded in memory. If you have something less than, the memory required, but for most of us, we have 4 gigabytes at least, and we're still good for a while, 6 gigabytes for a long time, and 8 even more for years and years. It loads the Ethereum Classic into memory and also loads the Zilliqa DAG into memory. So in other words, it doesn't actually have to switch and load the DAG file, which you see the 10, 20, 30%, GPU 0, 1, 4, 5. It's already loaded in memory. So it's just as a matter of just moving over for those 2 minutes and just checking and doing the hashing for Zilliqa. As soon as that is over, it immediately moves back to Ethereum Classic and starts mining that right away. Now, you're thinking, okay, how does that benefit me? I would say probably maybe 10% increase in earnings just by doing that. Why? Because you're only mining for 2 minutes. You're getting a lion's share of Zilliqa that most people don't know how to do that. And you're also mining Ethereum Classic. So if you're on that cusp where you're in the middle of like saying, you know what, I'm just barely enough to pay my electric, or maybe you don't pay electric, who knows? You have to mine Ethereum Classic and Zilliqa. It makes sense. Not only that, the Zilliqa that you earn, you could put it on Moonlet, and you can actually earn somewhere like, I think 15%, 16% interest on the Zilliqa that you mine. So I'll go over that in detail. But what I want to do is give a shout out to Tehbaz, BAWS. I'm assuming it's supposed to be the balls, but maybe he changed it like that for whatever reason. But he's a really nice gentleman, very nice guy. He's the one that, I told him that I would do this video. I promised I would, and here I am. I'm doing it. Doing a video on how to mine Ethereum Classic and Zilliqa at the same time, and and make it profitable. So let me get into that right now. So let's first start with how to do it with Windows. I'll do it with Windows, I'll do it with HiveOS, and I'll also do it with SMOS, Simple Miner OS, just to make it simple. But let's start with Windows. So one of the first things you want to do is get a ZIL address. It starts with ZIL. You're going to want to get that with the wallet that will give you a ZIL address, and that wallet is Moonlet, Moolet. Moonlet will give you something like 15% return on your money. So it makes sense not only to mine an extra 5 to 10% of whatever you're mining on ETC, but get a compound interest of 15% on the ZIL. So here let's look at let's go to eZIL mining. Here's ezil.me. This is the one I recommend that I would use. So you want to mine etc.zil. There's also fair, which I don't mind, but you want to do it with ZIL. Whatever you want to do, any one of these three, you want to do with ZIL, because they're not profitable, either one. This one's probably the most profitable. This one's probably the next one, and I would say this one's absolutely the last one. But still, who knows what's going to happen? You can see here by the profitability that Ethereum Classic hands down is a little bit much better than everybody else. So you say, okay, I want to join that. So you want to join it, and you say, okay, I want to join the ETC and ZIL. I want to do what Alex is talking about, where you not dual mine, where you mine ETC for approximately 57 minutes an hour, and the other 3 minutes you mine ZIL. Again, it's not dual mining, it's swap mining. Very different. So you're not using more power, it's not getting hotter, it's very similar algorithm, and you won't even notice the difference. So you click on here and you say, okay, what's my ETC wallet? So let's go ahead and go to my Simple MOS, and my ETC wallet is this one right here. So okay, that's my ETC wallet, and I plug that in. And I said, what's my ZIL wallet? I already went to Moonlet and got a ZIL wallet, and it starts with ZIL, and here it is. Starts with ZIL. You guys want to mine my wallet, go ahead. But anyways, I just want to show you, how that works. And then you plug in your ZIL wallet. Perfect. What are you using? Oh, I'm using Windows. Where you're located? USA East. And I use PhoenixMiner. Okay, here's the configuration. Very simple and basic. You copy it. Let's say I go over to, my miner, which is, let's see, crypto mining, ETC. I downloaded Phoenix 6.2 before we got here, so download that. I also had a start.etc.zil, but let me edit that. Let me put what I want, which is what they said. You want to save it, but remember, you got to rename it as a BAT file, B-A-T. Otherwise, it won't function. I do want to change it. Let's see what happens. I double click it. And it's going. It's actually mining right now. You can't see it because it's, let me see if I can get that on there. Maybe. There it goes. It's mining away. Let's see if I get that bigger. There we go. Right now, it's mining with my 3080. I know it's not the best settings. I just keep things conservative to make sure that work right. But right now, it's mining eZIL East. It's mining Ethereum Classic. And it's also mining Ethereum, and Zilliqa at the same time. So you say, okay, how do you check that? That's a good question. Let's go back to eZIL. And you want to see what your Miner is doing. So let's go to eZil and let me find how to do that. eZil etc. They already told me how to do that. Switch accounts. I got to figure this part out. But right now it's actually mining Ethereum Classic on eZil with the address that I set up. There is a place where you can see your miner actually mining. If you give me 1 minute, maybe I could figure it out on the fly. If not, I'm not. If not, I'm gonna have to probably come back. Actually, there it is. Let me see. What was the configuration on that? C7. That's not the right one. Okay, let me see what I'm mining right now. I'm just mining to an address that I have, and I'll get back to you. So to check what you're making on eZil, what you want to do is click on login. You want to click on etc.zil. You want to put in your etc wallet, which in my case is, well, let's put the ZIL wallet since I already have it highlighted. And that would be over here. And my etc wallet would be over here. And you click enter. Once you do that, it gets you into the etc.zil wallet. So in other words, eZil is a one-stop shop. There's other ways to do it that you can actually go to another party such as Nanopool or Ethermine. You can mine there, and then when it comes to the ZIL, it'll switch over to eZil. I prefer just keep it with eZil all in one shot. You mine your Ethereum Classic and you mine your Ethereum, and your Zilliqa at the same location to make sure you're okay. So, if you look at the numbers right here, you can see at least a 2.85% increase in the week, the month, the year. I just started. Over here it says ZIL extra income 37%. That's incorrect. I would say it's more like 5. You have to give it more time. Remember, I've only been there on like 3 minutes. But by doing this, and you can see the command line. Well, you can't say command line search, but you can see the Explorer search. That I have my eZil.me, my personal whatever. Here's my etc wallet dot ZIL wallet, and that way it gives you the information that you need. It tells you what your balance is in Ethereum Classic and your balance in Ethereum. Apparently, I've made $2.46. I don't know how in the last few minutes. Must have hit a few blocks, but that's pretty good. So what you need to do is, and here is my, I'll post below what my my batch file looks like, but you need to make sure your batch files are correct. Use what I posted earlier with Zilliqa. What your batch file for Phoenix Miner. Use Phoenix Miner because it's so much easier. You go to one location. You can also do NVIDIA and an AMD at the same time. Team Red Miner, only does AMD. Team Black Miner only does NVIDIA. Phoenix does both. LOL, I think does both. But Phoenix Miner, hands down, is going to be one of the best ones that you use. So, what you need to do is keep in mind that you're going to be mining Ethereum Classic for probably 57 minutes of the hour. And then it'll switch over to Zilliqa. But it won't actually deload the DAG of Ethereum Classic. It will be in TRM, which is, terminate resident memory, which means stays in memory. It terminates but remains in memory. TRM. Resident memory, if I'm not mistaken. So that way it stays in memory. So when you're ready to call it, it doesn't have to reload the whole DAG file. So you'll see when you do that and you run Phoenix Miner, it'll actually see that you're loading 2 different DAGs. Zilliqa is very tiny, so you won't even notice. But, you know, obviously Ethereum Classic's already over 3 gigabytes. So if you're trying to do this with a 3 gigabyte card, you can't do that. You can't mine Ethereum Classic anyways. But if you have a 4 gigabyte, not only can you mine Ethereum Classic, but you could do the swap mining, I want to call it, with Zilliqa and earn more income. What I'll do is I'll do another video how to do it on Hive OS, and then I'll do another video on how to do it in Simple Miner. Thank you, and please smash the like button if you like the content, and I will see you on the next one.